about somebody who is a little bit too fixated or focused, unable to move beyond an argument or a person that they were in love with. So we have get over it, although there's an extra word in there that I know YouTube doesn't really like, so I'm not going to say it. But this could be a message for you or a person close to you. There is a definitive message or a call to action that says it's time to move on. It's time to get over it and focus on something new. This could even be a message that you are expressing to an ex, for example. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box along with a link to my Etsy page in case you would like to own one of my candles. Hello, James. How are we doing today? Let's see what else we've got for you. I think we will start with... we'll go with the Mystical Cat Tarot. What else do we have? Sky Tom, or the Knight of Swords in the reverse. The Earth Queen, or the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Eight of Earth, or Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's someone who's decided they don't want to invest any further. I do think this is somewhat sudden. So we could have someone who has been flirting with you in a dating app and, you know, being pretty back and forth in terms of the conversation. Then all of a sudden that dries up and you're like, what's going on? Why aren't you investing anymore? What did I do wrong? I feel like we have somebody who is taking something personally when in reality there's other variables involved. Sometimes it's just a matter of that person that you're talking to on the dating app is also talking to somebody else and things go better with that person, so they invest in that connection as opposed to what you have. Excuse me. This is something where it's just kind of like it's not as big of a deal as somebody wants to make it out to be, or you're not missing out on anything. So just like keep it moving and keep your eyes open for what else is yet to come, right? We have the Earth Kitten, or the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Ace of C, or Ace of Cups in the reverse. So we have someone who's getting frustrated or upset because of an opportunity they feel like they're missing out on. And I feel like this is in love. So I'm mad because you're rejecting me or not swiping right. I'm mad because you canceled our date. I'm mad because you don't want to go on a second date. I'm mad because you're not communicating as much as you used to. Whoever is upset over this connection, the universe is trying to send you messages and let you know, like, you ain't missing out on anything. Like, just keep it moving. It's okay. That person is not meant for you. That person is not as great as you think, or there is somebody else meant for you and you're just sitting here distracted by somebody who's like half as cool. We have the Three of C, or Three of Cups in the reverse, the Lovers, and the Ten of Earth, or Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So whoever this reading is for, you are currently being distracted by someone who is not your long-term partner, somebody who would not be your soulmate. And it is putting at risk the connection you are meant to have with this soulmate that you're supposed to meet, or that you're supposed to be getting to know in the near future. But you're over here like about somebody from your past, and the universe is like, can you just like get over it already? Because there's somebody way cooler that is headed right towards you, and you're gonna like them way better. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Trilobite. How we doing? We have the Three of Sky, or Three of Swords. That's the butthurt energy, or the heartbreak. And the Earth King, or the King of Pentacles. So this is, for me, coming through as like Cálmate, güey. It's okay. Be cool. You don't have to worry about it. That person might seem like the person you wanted to be with, but it really isn't. And there's someone better right around the corner. He's right there. He's right there. Just waiting for you. So we have the King of Cups or the Sea King. This is the person who is right around the corner, and you have the ability to be with that person, but instead we have someone who's crying over the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, the person who doesn't even really offer romantic or a reliable relationship energy anyways. So we have the Priest in the reverse and Death. Allow this relationship or this flirtation to end. Walk away from this situationship. And once you let go of that, then you meet somebody that is much more your pace. Then the rejection or the way things turned out with this person, it all makes sense to you because the other thing is better. We have the Tower and Good Kitty. Good Kitty in this tarot deck is Judgment, by the way. So when you act in good faith, when you make the right decisions, you find the right path. This is supposed to fall apart so that something else can work out for you, something much better. All right, this is the Shadowscapes Tarot. A new one. A new one added to the collection. Hello, Super Slav, how you doing? I'm not sure how to do that, sorry. What else? We have the Fool in the reverse. So one of the issues here is we have somebody who might be a little bit, what's the word? I guess we could point to the saying, love is blind. The idea that when you have an interest in somebody, you can be a little bit, like there's tunnel vision, right? You're a little bit slow to pick up on some of the red flags. So we have someone who has been looking at the positives or the potential in a love interest and not really being honest with themselves about the reality of whether or not something would actually work with the two of you. Then we have the Tower. This is when something changes, and I feel like this is your perspective on this person. Initially, you're thinking, gosh, you know, this seems like someone who's very different, very much so their own person. I feel like I could be with this person and be happy to, you know what, maybe not. Maybe I don't need to be wondering what's going on with that person. Maybe it would be smarter for me to focus my efforts elsewhere. Maybe it would be smarter for me to be okay with being single or being able to meet new people instead of focused on this person. Hello, Kim. How are you doing? Hello, Jayanta. How are you doing? What else do we have? We have the Lovers in the reverse. And the King of Wands. Yeah, get over it. Let go of this connection. This isn't somebody who wants to choose you, or this isn't somebody who can offer what you're looking for. And that's okay. The whole process that we go through for dating is to try to find someone that you could actually tolerate and be happy with over a long period of time. I look at dating much the same way that I look at shopping for clothing. When I was much younger, I would buy things, get home, and put them back on and be like, why did I buy this? This doesn't look good on me at all. I've become more selective in what I actually purchase when I go shopping, and I'm sure that's how most people approach dating as well. The older you get, the more you're like, nah, I tried that and I don't like that material, or I don't think that color really looks great with my skin tone, so I'm going to stick to, you know, the jewel tones or whatever. We have someone who has realized, I can't really be taking everybody home. I can't be really like buying everything that looks cute in the dressing room. So this selectivity or this awareness is enabling you to accept that this is not the right person for you and that it's probably best to just, you know, let go of that connection. It wasn't meant to be. Thank you, Kim. I'm glad to hear that. I'm doing well. I just had a delicious burrito. Oh, and picked up the new tarot deck, which is fun. Did I say hello to Rachel? I hope I said hello to Rachel. Hello, Constantine. How's your day going? I believe that, Matt. Hello, Monroe. Matt, I would guess that is a like completely reasonable way for you to meet somebody. That I would put money on that. But I don't think it has to be that, you know? We have the Nine of Swords, Temperance, and the Five of Wands in the reverse. These cards are really beautiful. So even though I'm anxious about this, even though I'm not entirely certain how to walk away from this connection, even though I have no guarantee that I'm going to find somebody else that I like, I have to be honest with myself that this person isn't quite right. This isn't really what I'm looking for. Or, you know, I don't want to have to like chase somebody and convince them to be interested in me. So with this Five of Wands in the reverse, I think this is the like realization moment, right? The, you know, if I really think about it, I don't know that I really want to be with this person. It feels a little bit too much like work, or it feels like maybe this person isn't really focused on me. And I get that. Hello, AJT. How are you doing? I will do personal questions after the general reading, which will be in about 20 minutes, with priority to those who tip or donate. And you can also donate a membership. So we've got the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. Yeah, I don't blame you. So you want to know why. I want to know why you invested and then disappeared. I want to know why there was like chemistry or this connection that felt real and then all of a sudden it changed. And I do feel like it's because this person discovered something in another person that seemed like a better fit for what they're looking for. I don't know that it really comes down to like, oh, you said this one thing or you did this thing and it made me think that maybe like long term we wouldn't be able to make it work. I really just think it's because there's somebody else that they were also seeing and they don't feel like they can tell you, well, it's because I had a really good date with this other person. It's because I feel like the chemistry with this other individual is more palpable. I feel like there's more that I have in common with this person. So they might ghost you, they might not tell you at all what's going on, or you might get kind of a weird non-answer and you're like, no, I'm pretty sure you were like absolutely laughing at my jokes. What are you talking about? Thank you, Rachel. Hello, Rick. How are you doing? We have the Chariot in the reverse. The Five of Pentacles and the Sun. Sometimes the warmest place or the best place to be is like away from everything else. I think you get caught up chasing things and then realize partway through, maybe that's not really what I want anyways. I was just like kind of going through the motions because I know I'm supposed to be trying to be in a relationship. This Sun card is about enlightenment, and I feel like it's you acknowledging, you know what, it's okay if you choose someone else. It's okay if I am not the person that you view as your soulmate, because like, if I'm honest with myself, you're not exactly what I wanted anyways. You know, maybe it's just a couple of bullet points that are off. Maybe it's just overall perspective on life. But there is already something that you saw in this connection that didn't really work for you. So just accept that, you know? We have the Five of Cups and the King of Swords in the reverse. Because the risk here is that you try to convince yourself or try to convince this other person that the two of you belong together, and then you might miss out on this match that really is a good match for you. Hello, J-Lo. Thank you for the tip. Is my friend Giordano a trustworthy friend? I've got that added for you. Thank you, J-Lo. We're going to get a few from the Love Oracle. Hello, Balin. How are you doing? You're welcome, J-Lo. What else do we have? Open heart, receptive, empathy, vulnerable, only you, devoted, attached, and crave. So there is a relationship in the not too distant future that is awaiting you, and there is a very dedicated to you or in love with you energy about this person. Golden Retriever, you know, this is not somebody who would cheat on you. This is somebody who would be very honest and very focused on you. And you are risking that relationship if you do not let go of the person who's a little bit more non-committal. We have this spying energy. If you have to spy on your partner, then there is no trust in your relationship. I'll fight you. Do you disagree? If you gotta be checking somebody's cell phone, you ain't got any trust. If you gotta be tracking them with their GPS, you ain't got no trust. Whatever works for you, okay? But this is someone who is on the cusp of or has recently realized, I don't really want to be in a relationship where I feel like I have to chase this person down or I have to like convince them that I'm the right person for them. Maybe there's actually somebody else out there that makes more sense. Maybe there's a reason that this isn't working out. And yeah, there is. Hello, Chris. How are you doing? It's Rachel's other account. Hello. Hello, William. How are you doing? Good. Hello, Bearcat. How are you doing? So we've got distracted, sidetracked, change, and delays. So maybe you look at it as being distracted, but this is you acknowledging, maybe I can meet other people. Maybe I can, you know, revisit the options, revisit the dating app, because the reality is I don't want to be worried and confused about what the status of my relationship is. We're looking at somebody who has kids or wants to start a family. And we have some evidence of this person you were dealing with initially being the type to run away from responsibility or not really wanting to have that type of obligation. So you have this ability to meet somebody else who would be interested in that family setup or having that serious relationship, probably marriage. And you wouldn't have to worry about resentment over things getting to that serious point. Because if you're trying to convince a non-committal person into marriage, it's not going to be a very happy existence, right? But the problem is you don't know that this person exists. You're thinking about the individual you've been talking to because you know about them, but there's someone who you're about to meet who would be, you know, you wouldn't need to convince them to want you or to want something serious with you. they would just want that of their own accord. Isn't that nice? Isn't that lovely? Say it. Say you love it. All right, what do we want? This is the Green Witch Oracle. I'm glad to hear that, William. Bearcat, it happens to the rest of us, or the best of us. And the rest of us? I don't know, probably both. Okay, Chris. What else do we have? We have summer, expansion and growth. So ask for more. Do not settle. Do not chase somebody who doesn't really want to be with you. Pull back. Get over this person because they ain't that great to begin with. Energy clearing and freshening. Spring cleaning, my friend. Let go of that person who isn't really as great as you thought they were. And we have fog, obscurity, and feeling lost. It literally says obscurity right there. So you initially get distracted by this person that you want to be with. Maybe they're real cute. Maybe they're super funny. Maybe they got a really nice car. I don't know. But initially you figure it out. You realize this is somebody who is, you know, making me work too hard, or they're not actually interested in a committed relationship. So I think I need to be going a different direction. Lavender, tranquility, kindness, and self-care. So be good to yourself. Don't tolerate people who treat you less than what you deserve. B, community, cooperation, and sweetness. Because there's a new person showing up in your life, and this is someone who will work with you on projects or will be on the same page with you with regards to a connection. Integration, subtlety, and thoroughness. Someone who knows how to actually build a home with someone, or who is interested in a true connection, not just one that is meant for show, right? Like everybody else, look at me, I'm in a relationship. Aren't I great? Aren't you jealous? That's not what they want. This is the Tarot of the Nile. Let's see what else we've got for you. What else do we have? Five of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. And the Four of Cups. Yeah, Four of Cups is rejection. Let that person reject you all day. Oh, reject me again. It's good for you. It's like the rejection from this individual who is not right for you, or who is not as invested as they should be. This is like what brings in that new person. This thing not working out is a good sign. Nine of Wands. Two of Swords in the reverse. The warning here is do not go kicking and screaming with this change in plans. When it becomes apparent that this person is not your person, just be like, okay, that's cool. I assume it's because there's something better for me, because there is. Hello, Melissa. Thank you for the tip. What's coming for me in the next 48 hours? Awesome. I've added that. Thank you, Melissa. Hello, Malakea. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. What else? 3 of Cups. 8 of Cups in the reverse. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Magician in the reverse. My. Okay. So this is somebody who doesn't like it when you walk away. So they reject you or they don't give you much attention. And then when you walk away or when you choose to, you know, just kind of let them deal with their roster, then they get irritable. Then they get frustrated. They're like, wait a second, wait a second. I thought you knew how cool I was. I thought you knew how hot I am. What are you doing over here? I wanted you to be on call, so whenever I decided I was ready for you to, like, you know, take somebody's place, you were ready to go. What are you doing over there? Living my life? We have the Emperor, the 4 of Pentacles, the Page of Wands in the reverse, and the World. This only makes it clear to you or underscores how, like, correct you were that this is not somebody you need to be with. This is somebody who's very focused on themselves. This is somebody who's thinking about, oh, you know, I'm going to brag about who I got naked with. I'm going to brag about, you know, how quickly I got away from that connection or how many people I was with in a week. This is a person who is thinking about what they can get for themselves, not what they can build with another person. So you end up getting confirmation real quick, like that walking away from this or being okay with this rejection was a real smart idea on your part. Yeah, 6 of Wands in the reverse. That there really is no success that you can have with this person because they're self-absorbed, because they're just thinking about what they want. So you kind of like laugh at it, honestly. Like, well, I guess I thought I liked that person, but whew, guess I dodged a bullet, no big deal. And somebody else that you know, somebody you worked with, or maybe even a friend of yours, is the person that like takes your place or is chosen by the non-committal person, and I don't think they are pleased with that. Let's just say I think you get a little heads up on how non-committal that person really was from an acquaintance or a third party. All right, this is the Earth and Bones Tarot. Actually, no. You know what we need? I think we need the Overthinker's Oracle. Oh no, Bearcat. All right. What else do we have? Stalker vibes. Okay, so we have wow, really? So when this person has too many people that they're dealing with and you just kind of back off and you're like, okay, no big deal, they might actually end up turning into a stalker because they're wondering why it is that it was so easy for you to get over them or walk away. I refuse to let you be the one who got away. Sometimes you deal with people who have a little bit of an arrogant vibe or, you know, really big ego, who take it personally or get offended when people do not have like a heartbroken situation after being rejected. If you take it too lightly or you're not as upset or you don't cry, they might be upset, right? So I feel like this is one of those people where they reject you, they choose someone else, or they stop showing you attention. And then you pull back and then they freak out. And they're like, wait, where'd you, what? Why are you changing? Why are you going elsewhere? Why aren't you chasing me? I've got to convince you to chase me again. So they freak out a little bit because they were pretty convinced that you were following or that you were going to still be there when they decided they wanted you. I wish I had chosen you. Hello, Supernatural. How are you doing? You loved me when I didn't deserve it. For those of you where it didn't get that serious, it's more so that you were kind or considerate when other people were not. There's some definite jealousy and envy, and I do think that this is someone who likes to play with jealousy and envy. I like to talk to multiple people at one time because that uncertainty or that chaos of not being committed to one person, it makes people fight for me more, or it makes things a little bit more passionate. They like that. All right, so this is somebody who is using sexual magic, spell work, because they thought they had you all obsessed and then you decided to walk away. And I didn't realize that you were special until you decided to walk away. That made them nervous. That made them angry. This is the Voyage of the Soul. Hello, HJ. How are you doing? What else? Bloom, radiance, goddess, beauty, attract, nectar, and glow. You guys, I just realized I was supposed to do an all signs and I forgot about it. Matt, I think you were the one that said I should do that. I will do it tomorrow. You can yell at me if I forget. After Bloom, we have ancestors, foundation, root, family, lineage, and security. With empath, sensitivity, receptive, alone time, absorb, and replenish. When you are with somebody in a relationship, is it really sustainable to be with somebody who depletes your batteries every time you're with them? If you need like 2 to 3 days to stock back up on your energy after you see that person, like, is that really something that is good for you? There are people where you spend time with them and you walk away from that conversation and you're like, man, I feel fresh. I feel like everything's going great. You have the ability to choose who's in your inner circle, and I feel like you realize this is somebody who just made you like overthink things, or just somebody who likes to, keep you guessing or not tell you what their actual feelings are. That's just like too complicated, man. I don't need to deal with all that. So good for you. You're walking away from that, but it makes them feel like they need to chase you. It makes them feel like they need to win you back over again somehow. That's fair, Matt. Thank you. Oh, is that really your question, HJ? Hello, Ray. How are you doing? Oh, that's right. I forgot. What's up, Drew? So we've got guides, receive, clarity, open mind, open, and crown chakra. You guides are encouraging you to walk away from this situation, helping you to see that things are better away from this person's chaos, and that you deserve someone who's a little bit more decisive about their love life, not somebody who wants to keep you guessing or caught in the middle. So now they're going to try to chase you, but there's someone else who is a much better use of your time, someone who is much more your pace, and you're about to meet them, so make sure you're paying attention. All right, let's see what we've got for J-Lo, and then Melissa would be next. For J-Lo, we've got, is my friend Giordano trustworthy? Is Giordano trustworthy? Yes, with an asterisk. There is a situation where this answer toggles over to no. And all of a sudden now your friend Giordano does not have good judgment. Is this about money? No. This is about love. So Giordano has good intentions and a good heart. They are a good friend. They like to be honest. However, there is a weakness that they have. There is someone here who basically Giordano gets so captivated by this individual that the principles or things that they hold dear, their values, they're a little bit less important. I don't think this has happened yet, but I think it's going to happen. Yeah, so there's change that's coming up, and I feel like this is in the next year, where because of a love interest, Giordano's trustworthiness plummets. And everything, it's like everything is about whether or not that relationship works out, you know? Hello, all hail, how are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry you're feeling like you're in a rut. Let's see what we've got for Melissa. For Melissa, we've got what's coming for me in the next 48 hours. What is coming for Melissa in the next 48 hours? Two of Candles or Two of Wands. With the Knight of Potions or Knight of Cups in the reverse. This feels like making a choice that you regret or lament within like the first hour. So what I'm seeing in my mind is when you're driving home and you know that it might be, you know, traffic might be a little bit awful. And then you exit and immediately it's stop and go traffic. Or you get onto the highway and immediately it's backed up and you're stuck and you can't exit that highway for miles. There is a decision here where you really want to make sure you're thinking about the consequences or the possible outcomes, because I feel like this is warning you that when you make that decision, there is a pretty good chance that real quick, like you're going to be looking at the decision you made and regretting it. So you want to take a little bit more time with a decision, because there is something here that gets like seen backwards or incomplete. King of Pumpkins or King of Pentacles in the reverse, Six of Lightning or Six of Swords in the reverse, and the Five of Swords. This is something that makes things worse for you. So this is like, oh, I'll cancel my insurance. I haven't used it yet anyways. And then the next day you need your insurance. So be cautious, be more on the reserved side, be on the like kind of conservative side with regards to finances or just like taking risks in general. Hello, Bumface. How we doing today? Thank you for the tip. Can you ask who my dad is hanging out with? And what the food is like up there? Of course, and thank you, Bumface. Thank you, James. How we doing? What's coming for me in the next 48 hours? I got you. Anything else that Melissa needs to know about the next 48 hours? Hello, Lemonade. How are you doing? Yes. And Drew knows that. So we also just want to keep in mind, Melissa, this Queen of Cups, the Master, and the Seven of Pumpkins. Do not give more than you have to give. There is someone who looks at you as a little bit of a doormat, somebody who will say yes or do the nice thing because you are asked. I've already given you advice to be kind of conservative, so this could be kind of tacking on to this. Could be someone asks you to do something, and then if you don't want to do something for them, then they're like, okay, well, can you at least like give me 20 bucks or something? I feel like someone's hitting you up for favors or hitting you up for money, and it's like, you don't have to say yes to any of it. You don't have to be nice for any of this. You don't have to be the Queen of Cups for this person, because I don't feel like they give anything back, or I don't feel like they pay you back. So if you need to just like close up shop and tell somebody no across the board, do not feel guilty about it, because you're dealing with somebody who doesn't do right by their own situation. You're dealing with somebody who could avoid problems, but instead they do the exact thing that causes the problems. So is it really your responsibility to save them? I don't think so. It's not your responsibility. All right, let's see what we've got for Bumface. This is the Pulp Tarot. Hello, Micheline. How are you doing? Oh, I hope that went well, Lemonade. Hello, Redneck Ghost Hunter. I thank you for the compliments. It's okay, Bearcat. You can change. You got this. All right, so for Bumface, we've got, who is my dad hanging out with? Okay, this is kind of interesting. So what I'm picking up on is this is someone he did not know in real life. This is somebody who is not related to your father. This is somebody who is a wild card. So they would have been like in the newspapers or written about, or there would have been scandals about this person. And I feel like they spent the majority of their life on a boat. So this is someone who knows how to sail, or this is somebody who knows what scurvy is. Is your dad hanging out with a famous pirate? I'm just curious. Yo, is this a famous pirate? You just tell me right now. I need to know. It is not a famous pirate. But I do feel like this is somebody who is exploring. I do feel like this is somebody who literally like spent the majority of their life on water. I do feel like this is a masculine energy, and this is somebody who was like willfully ignorant or like kind of playfully immature. I wish, Matt. That would have been pretty cool. So is Bumface's dad enjoying this hangout session? Yes. Four of Pentacles, Page of Cups. I feel like this is somebody that your dad would have learned about as a child. And it's like, I'm just like, you know, asking some questions, you know, things I probably could have included in my book report, but I didn't. That's pretty cool. How's the food up there? What's the food like up there? Page of Wands, top tier, chef's kiss. Three of Wands, otherworldly. King of Swords in the reverse. If I told you, you wouldn't believe me. And Five of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like your dad's saying you can't afford it. Is your dad funny? It's out of your tax bracket. Sorry, darling. You don't get to know. It's too rich for you. The Hanged Man in the reverse. This is like you dream of it and then it's there. And I feel like this Moon card is a joke about cheese. You know, like everything's giant. Big cheese wheel. I feel like your dad's pretty funny. But he is hanging out with a character. Like literally somebody who was in the papers. I feel like it's not so much pirate energy as explorer energy. So this could be somebody who maybe even published a book or was a scientist. Hello, Sean. How are you doing? All right. Let's see what we've got for James. This is the Soul Cat Tarot. What is coming to James over the next 48 hours? What can James look forward to for the next 48 hours? Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. A feeling of accomplishment or a nice paycheck. Some downtime or alone time. And a sense of productivity, getting something crossed off your list that you had wanted to get done for a while. And I feel like there is an improvement in your mood. You feel more capable or more productive over the next 48 hours than you have over the last 48 hours. We have the Tower and the Seven of Wands. You also feel like timing is exactly right for something. Could be just as something as simple as a joke, or it's the right time to make a phone call to someone. But I do feel like you have a pretty decent 48 hours coming to you. Take good advantage of that time to yourself. It's a good amount of recharging your batteries that is needed. But we have some divine timing at work. Yes. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate that. All right. I'm going to leave it there, everyone. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.